It literally changed my life. I like a completely life-changing experience.
Stopped having panic attacks, which I lived with for ever.
It's the best community that I've ever been in.
I feel really good after class as someone who guides it. Like I did the best I could. It's like way more fulfilling for me than what I had been offering before.
I'm originally from Siberia, Russia, and I am based in Switzerland since 15 years.
Originally, I'm from Meridian, Mississippi. Left home when I was about 15 and moved to the Bay Area on my own.
Whitefish, Montana.
I'm in North Atlee in Quebec.
Wow, I feel so empowered and also reconnected. To be honest, this whole course and practice, regular and consistent practice and going deeper, it literally changed my life. I like a completely life-changing experience. I had a very severe burnout a year ago and also had a lot of panic attacks that I was struggling with. And I tried a lot of things, but nothing worked as much as naturally and with such a depth and grace as Yoga Nidra. So I feel empowered and I feel like I want to spread this message further. I want to use it, and I will definitely continue to use it myself. Uh, I see how it goes deeper and deeper and deeper with time. And yeah, sharing is just a natural step up. That we all feel like sharing the diamonds we find, the treasures we find. And that's how I feel at the moment. Um, it's totally, for me, there was life before and life after.
I just like I've been in other groups before and in health coaching with primal health coaching and I have found that there's been a lot of value in the Facebook group and just the community and that sense of joy and love and openness and acceptance and everybody's welcome and there's no attitude like I found in health coaching, especially the primal health coaching, that people to be there's a lot of egos in there I just felt like I was a mismatch because they were triggers for me. Like I was not happy in that group just because of you were afraid to ask a question because you would get ridiculed or somebody's better than you, and the sense of community that you have created and your mentors are all wonderful people and so for me, I've said it many times to friends that it's the best community that I've ever been in, and that was why I decided to go and do the moon to moon and then the 200, just because I found home. That's it.
The philosophy, getting deep into the roots in the philosophy, really, I mean, I don't know, something about that just kind of made my spirit sing a little bit. Like it was just so, I feel like we have a world right now made up of beliefs without philosophy and quickly become fanaticism. And there is something so deeply engaging about sort of getting into the roots of philosophy and sort of the different schools and all the different streams of it. And really, I don't know, I loved it.
Community, the knowledge, the integration to life, the practice, the variety, the the energy with which this course is created and guided, all the support that we receive. My goodness, it's like the training. I was doing the PhD And I never received received such a training. I would prefer to do this training than a PhD, to be honest. I feel like I gained more information that is useful for my life than all the academic knowledge and learnings that I had, because it is academic, and everything that was brought from neuroscience and from different styles and schools of Yoga Nidra, all the practical tools, everything was just beautifully assembled and gave to the world. I feel like a gift. Really, this teachings of Yoga Nidra is a gift itself, and this training is a gift. So thank you.
I loved that it gave me the freedom to practice from wherever I was. I didn't feel like I had to be in a certain place at a certain time, which is kind of hard. I'm a freelancer and my schedule can be all over. So I liked the flexibility of the program. I also liked how the mentors ran the workshops. I liked that it's ran in a way where I kind of took the whole summer off unintentionally, but I ended up taking almost 5 or 6 months off. And I came back and it was like I just popped right in. It wasn't like I missed anything or I felt like I was behind. It just felt like part of my life and the natural ebbs and flows. So I think that's been the biggest part of it. It's just felt, like I said before, really supportive. So
I love the community. I love the lessons, how they were really well organized. I loved how we would meet online and go into breakout rooms and have time to practice and feel this sense of safety that you could just make mistakes and be who you are. I love the Facebook group is just wonderful. The people are just from all over the world, and I don't know how they did it, but they found all the beautiful people and beautiful in the heart.
I definitely have a lot of hopes and aspirations, and I feel honestly, Yoga Nidra is part of my sankalpa and part of my dharma, my ikigai. I I feel that I'm definitely following my path, and I feel guided also and supported on this path. So whatever ways it will be, either by sharing the practice with my community, live or online, yeah, I feel invited to do that and celebrate this knowledge with the world and with the community. I feel that there is never too many Yoga Nidra practitioners and Yoga Nidra teachers, because the world needs rest and the world needs reconnection and love and yeah, all of this. We need Yoga Nidra.
Stopped having panic attacks, which I lived with for ever. And I know that you've talked about some of your experience with anxiety disorder in the past, and it's been a combination of things, but definitely engaging in a regular yoga nidra practice was one of those things to which I attribute the change, because it's not just like a band-aid kind of treatment. It's not just like something to stop the physical experience of it. It's actually baseline level of anxiety shifting, and just sort of it's not it was sort of it's something that's been so gradual through the practice that I notice it looking back. Right, sort of look back along the path and see how far I've come, and it's that affects everything. My ability to live, to engage in the world, to move, to deal with other people, to deal with my partner, to be less reactive, to uh, engage with the broader world being on fire all the time. Like, and to some degree, right? I mean, to some degree, it's kind of like there is this element of like everyone is in full anxiety, and I feel a little bit like a native guide, like kind of in my world. But um, I'm much more able to take that role because I'm not completely overwhelmed by it and stuck in it. And yeah, that's changed everything.
I do website marketing, digital marketing for my main job, and I've always loved health and wellness, and I've taken a lot of yoga classes and heart math and different nervous system courses over the years and certifications, and I just was having going through a little phase where I was quite stressed, and I had read and I saw with Huberman his podcast about Yoga Nidra and how it can help to rebalance the nervous system and help with sleep. So I kept going on YouTube and looking around, and I kept seeing this girl, Allie. She's like dominating the search engines, and I said, "Well, she must be good, so I'll listen to her." And then I liked her, loved her right from the start, and I said that if I had to wanted to take a yoga nidra training, I would want to do it with her. I had taken another one before with Yoga Fit, and but I wanted to get more granular and just spend a bit more time in it and be part of a community. I teach here in North Atlee. I have a small little studio that I above our only grocery store in the town. And so I have the owner lets me use the studio, and so I teach a different types of classes, but one of them is a restorative yoga class with Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra has kind of spilled into my flow yoga classes in the centering and then the Shavasana at the end. It's and I get so much feedback of people that are coming to a flow yoga class, and I know that they need to slow down and stop pounding. And so I do this, and now they're all asking for it and craving for it, and they end up coming to my yoga nidra classes because they want more relaxation. The people are just loving this addition to my classes and the way that it has changed the way I teach.
I have experienced so many shifts since I started practicing Yoga Nidra. I had a burnout a year ago and a lot of panic attacks, very severe panic attacks. And I had the sleep deprivation and problems sometimes with the sleep. And in general, I felt emotionally disbalanced when I started practicing. And there was such a shift right away. It was like a magic happening. I knew that it's good for me. And I also see that each time when I share this practice with my friends or relatives, I see the shift right away that people feel great right after the first practice. And that's how I felt. Uh, and then with the time of practice, with the consistency of practice, I could see that it's just getting better and better. I received so many of um, comments and feedback from the people around me, from my family, from my friends, and they told me, "Oh, Paulina, you know, you radiate. What did you do? Like, what happened? Like, what is the secret?" And I was always saying, yeah, I think this is Yoga Nidra. What else? Nothing changed really in my life, but it was a ripple effect. There are so many changes that happened since I started to practice in so many fields, like areas of my life, in professional field, in personal life, um, in relationships, in how I carry myself to the world, how I sleep, how I glow, how it's just wow. And maybe that's the reason why I feel like this is a true gift and I want to give this gift further.
I'm a freelance art director and designer for my full-time job, and then I teach yoga a few times a week at a few different studios. I've been really called to Yoga Nidra, and I just feel this big, like, people need more rest and they need a space to do that and feel supported and like that permission that like it's okay to slow down. So I just really strongly feel, especially I live in a small mountain town where everyone's like going and doing this and like always active and just providing this space that it's like you don't always have to go 110% and you can like bring it down. So I applied to teach at a new studio and she was like, if you could teach any class you'd want, what would it be? And I was like, I'm in this Yoga Nidra training and I'm loving it. And I think I was just like so excited and lit up by it that she's like, how about you teach that starting in January? And I was like, this feels like a lot, but I guess, the feeling of being supported this whole time, I was like, what else? I just got to go for it. And then another studio I was teaching at wanted to bring in Restore. And I was like, how about a Restore Yoga Nidra class? So I'm offering two a week now. And it's been really fun to see like who shows up, how it's resonating with people. And um, I feel really good after class as someone who guides it. Like I did the best I could. It's like way more fulfilling for me than what I had been offering before. So maybe it's just more in alignment or I'm being less hard on myself. So I'm planning to maybe offer like workshops. I shared my final practice teach with one of my clients, and she was like, I want you to do this before meetings. She was like, you should like make more of these and I can use them with my clients. So I don't know if maybe like I explore an option where I offer some for like more corporate yoga nidras to do in the middle of a work day. Um, I'm kind of letting that unfold. I guess I'm just letting the whole path unfold, but just saying yes along the way.
I've been doing a few live yoga nidra sessions and sort of sound baths in the area here, it, which has been great. I've started partnering with someone who wants to do something very different, sort of with recorded sessions and maybe live sessions. I want to get it out of the yoga studio. Like in California, in particular, yoga studios are their own sort of way of life. And most people now are being increasingly priced out of any kind of yoga practice. It misses a huge swath of people who could gain benefit from it. And so I'm really a lot more interested in sort of trying to find other spaces to take it and to get away from that, to go to people and communities who wouldn't otherwise access this and sort of trying to bring some benefit to them. So that's kind of what I've been looking at and thinking about. I have some background working in mental health. I was on the board of San Francisco's only community mental health program in the Tenderloin, and did that for many years. And I've done some work with sort of benefits advocacy for people living with severe mental health impairments. And I'm really interested in the practice of yoga nidra, how it can benefit people along those lines, veterans halls, or that's kind of what I'm thinking about.
With the closed eyes, I would do that. Anyone who wants to rest, realign with themselves, reconnect with their inner selves, to make positive changes in their life, improve their sleep, all the benefits of yoga nidra. So I would definitely recommend, and I already started to recommend to all my friends and relatives. So yes.
Yeah, I already have. Actually, I think my friend Jeremy just signed up based on me sort of giving him a big push. He's a person who I'm going to partner with sort of different kinds of recording, sound bath kind of thing, backgrounds. So I was like, yeah, you got to do Alex training. So
100%. And I've already recommended it to a few other people. I would say beyond, I just personally, I love learning about yoga, and I just think it's set at such a beautiful pace, and there's so much you can learn about the practice and deepening your own awareness. And even if you don't have an intention to teach, it just feels like such a good way to set the foundation for this kind of practice.
Yes, I would recommend this training. Number one, it's a very thorough training. It goes through very detailed information. You can take the course at your own pace. You have a very supportive community that you can tap into whenever you want. The people are super. They're from all over the world. They're all like-minded, just happy people. People have their own challenges, and we're all here to help each other, to support each other. I highly, highly recommend it. I would 100% take that course.